guys, welcome back. It is Libby here. Today I want to talk about certain things that are said to me as a blind person that absolutely irritate me. Um, in many ways, I feel like they think people that say these comments, I know they're being nice and they're trying to be helpful and supportive, but it makes me feel like because I'm blind, I need to feel bad about it. And so I want to talk to you guys about that. If you guys like this video, I would really appreciate it if you would like, subscribe, share, and I would love to hear what you guys think. If you guys have any comments of your own, any thoughts, you want to share your own experiences, or just give advice, I would love to hear from you guys. And if you do decide to join this community, I highly suggest you turn on the notifications by hitting that notification bell. So, I'm a chatterbox, so I highly suggest you grab a drink, snack, and let's get into this video. So, I've gotten several comments throughout my life. People have stopped to pray over me, which, let me tell you guys, is so uncomfortable. And, I respect everybody's religion and stuff like that, but stopping a random child to pray over them and grip their head is like, no, don't do that. It's okay if you want to say a prayer, but don't grip my head and do it. But comments that have been said is like, oh, I wish, or I hope that you'll be able to see one day, or I'm sorry that you can't see, but it's okay, people can help you. And I'm like, what? Or no, I said that wrong. It's like, I'm sorry that you can't see, but it's a good thing that you have people to help you, because usually I'm with my mom and sister, stuff like that. I'm like, what? Or they won't even talk to me directly, but you can hear them like, oh, she's blind, how does she do it? Oh, like being so like pitying me. I'm like, I don't need your pity, I'm perfectly fine the way that I am. Thank you very much. Just because I'm blind doesn't mean I'm missing out on anything. A lot of people have the idea of that people with disabilities won't have kids, won't get married, and sadly that is my family. That's not the case with every individual. It's not like all people that are sighted will get married. So I'm not missing anything. I'm taking life slow. I am going to school, focusing on that, and if I don't ever get married, that's okay. We are very advanced in science, and if I ever get to a place where I'm financially stable, where I have my own home, I might make the choice to be a single mother by choice, and I think that's each their own. If it ever comes down to it, even the option of adoption is there as well. So I'm not missing out on anything. I don't feel bad for myself. Of course, when I went blind the last time, I did go through a lot mentally and emotionally, because losing your sight is a major event in someone's life. It is heartbreaking. You're losing something that should never be taken, but it was, and it is what it is. And I grew up telling myself that all my life, but it honestly is like, I can't change it. Like medicine can't change it either. So what am I gonna do? Wallow in my sorrow, wallow in my rage, or pick myself up? I already have the skills to live independently. I already have the skills to travel, even though it's absolutely terrifying. I have all the skills, and if I ever need refreshers, I have that available to me as well. So it's like, just because I'm blind doesn't mean I'm not living a full life. And my situation right now is not perfect. My situation right now is sometimes suffocating, but it's not always going to be like that. I'm working toward making sure I do have a space that will be my own, and that I don't have to live by anybody else's rules, And just because I'm blind, that doesn't mean that's why I'm living in that situation. A lot of people, especially with this economy, are having to live with roommates. They're having to, rent instead of buy. They're living with their parents. It's just not. It's not just me. That's what I'm trying to say. And yeah. So it's kind of like it's. I understand they're trying to like show sympathy, but sometimes that sympathy comes off as pity, and it's like, okay, I know maybe you've never seen a blind person, because that's not always the case. I live my life as a blind person, so that's nothing new to me. I know other blind people, so I know they're out there, but not everyone will know that. So yeah, so another thing is, when people like stop to pray over you, like if you want to pray, fine, pray on your own time, don't stop me. I've had 3 times that this happened to me. The more noticeable one, the more funny and awkward one, was when my cousin and I were coming from her house from, I think it's East LA to North Hollywood. So we had taken buses, we'd taken the subway, and we were just getting out of the subway station. And our bus, as we were coming out of the subway station, was pulling up, and thankfully the light turned red, so we started booking it. I was about 9 years old. My cousin was about 15. So, we're like running. Oh my God. And as we're getting to the sidewalk, the light's still red. A man comes up to me and he's like, oh my God, I would like to pray over you. And before we could say, oh, no thank you, we have to go, he grabs my head like, yeah, he has big old hands, like cup over my ears, like his fingers on top of my head, over my ears, like under my chin, and like my whole head was in his hands. And I'm like, ah. So I'm like trying to pull away, and my cousin's over there snickering. And I guess she sees the light turning yellow, and she's like, oh my God, our bus is about to leave us, we have to go. And he's like, oh, okay. And then as we're running off, like, he's still praying, and I'm like, he was like, let this child be protected, God, let this child like see, and all this stuff. And I'm like, awkward. So as we're like running, I'm dying laughing, because it was the most awkward thing, and it was so awkward of a moment that it's literally imprinted in my mind. And of course, I've had other times. One when I was actually already teaching Emily in high school. Thankfully, she didn't grab me, but she started, like, I guess, praying when she spotted me. And as we got closer to one another, she was like, go, sweetheart, I'm praying for you. And I'm like, oh, thank you. And I wanted to say thank you for not grabbing me. So yeah, and I think there was another time where they put their hand on the side of my head. I can't do it, but they put their hand on the side of my head and started praying. And I'm like, and that, because they only did one hand, I was able to like jerk away, and they like touched my forearm. And I'm like, if I'm already telling you, like, with my body language, don't touch me, why are you still grabbing me, so yeah. Okay, guys, with all of that said, I think we're gonna leave it here. What do you guys think? Have you guys ever experienced something like this? I know that definitely I have had friends that have been prayed over. I have had friends who get comments that they're not okay with, like, what is it about me being blind that is wrong? Like, I'm perfectly fine. I just live my life differently, and I would love to hear what you guys think. This is a topic that always interests me. When I see people talking about it, I'm like, yes, let me hear it, But yeah, I think we're gonna leave it here, guys. Thank you so much for stopping by, and we will see you on the next one.